Most people are doing the best that they can. And today is a little reminder that even for myself, to judge just a little bit less. Not too long ago, I was at the grocery store with both of our boys. They're young, but they're getting older. And the older they get, the more they don't like being in the cart together. And it turns into like Rock'em Sock'em robots a little bit in the dairy section. And so we had a trip to the grocery store. Fellow parents know what I mean when I say that. And as I got out to the car to unload the groceries and unload our boys and clip them in their car seats, there was a man parked beside us who was not there when we arrived, who was smoking weed. And he was blowing the smoke out his driver's side window. And now I'm in recovery. By the grace of God, I've been sober since 2011. And this was quite a situation for me to be in with our two boys. And so I loaded the groceries in as fast as I could, and then I loaded the boys, and I had them load in on one side of the car and climb over to the other, and I climbed over the seats so that no one was over by the smoke. And then I propped my grocery store cart on the sidewalk. And some of you don't see anything wrong with that, and that's because you've never worked at a grocery store, but I have. And as somebody who's worked at a grocery store in my life, I always make a point to bring my cart back, especially when my boys are there. I mean, I do anyway, but like especially when my boys are there, as like an example that you got the cart, it's your job to put it back where you found it, at the very least the right place to put it. But I didn't that day because I was doing the best I could with what I had. And I wasn't going to like leave them there, and I wasn't going to prolong the whole thing with the guy beside me who was God only knows how high and capable of what. And I thought about that just now as I was by myself and bringing my grocery store cart back. And I thought about if someone in the parking lot had seen me that day and they didn't see what was going on the other side of the car, how somebody might have judged me that day in a tough moment that I wasn't expecting to be in, with under circumstances that they might not have known. They wouldn't have known that I was in recovery. They wouldn't have known, that this guy was smoking weed. They wouldn't have known any of that. If we just look at somebody's action for what it is, instead of the story that might be behind the action, I think that can lead to a lot of judgment. I have a saying that there are no excuses, but there are explanations. And today, this is just your gentle reminder to judge a little bit less, as I'm preaching to myself more than anybody ever, as always.